It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we've got the Chargers' rookie quarterback. He's coming off an absolute offensive showcase last week, double-digit passing touchdowns. It's the Chargers and the Broncos on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the national. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Throwing to start the drive, King. A beautiful fake. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
And that is a historic run for him, partner. With that pickup, he just broke Lamar Jackson's 2019 record for most yards in a season by a quarterback. No one has done it better across a 16 or 17-game schedule. Now his name will be forever linked with the best runners to ever play at that position.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flush to his right. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him. The mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards. Just the 3rd quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
Nice coverage that time by Levi Wallace. 2nd and 10. But you look at this defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Chargers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And this one nearly picked off. Yeah, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Looking to throw. King escaping the pressure right. He's got him in. Complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Fighting him off. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
And now an audible here into something else. Edwards. Touchdown, Chargers. And his stellar campaign continues. That now his 20th rushing touchdown on the year, a number that very few running backs have ever reached in a single NFL season. Chargers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And his numbers this year have been eye-popping in a lot of categories. In one area that stands out, he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback here in the latter part of the season.
King now throwing to start the drive. Flushed out right. Nice little juke. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Still going. They can't stop him. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
16 more on that one and another 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
He has been elusive in this first half. You see the rushing numbers for him. This defense is going to have to find some way to keep him in the pocket.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Chargers are able to widen their advantage.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Chargers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's putting together a remarkable season. Currently the NFL's leader in passing yards as we play here in the month of December.
Throwing to start the drive. King. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. But they also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season.
Here's King throwing to start the drive. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown,
Josh Palmer.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns and run for another already in this first half as his guys begin 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. King. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. You see the numbers, up over 200 passing yards already.
Up the middle, it's Edwards. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Off play action. King dancing to his left. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
That escapability has been on full display, and you can see he's now over 100 yards rushing for the game.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. On first down, he'll drop to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll give them 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Off the play fake. King. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what...
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 2.
They run once more with Edwards.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 62 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half. I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
He's got Mason complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Will Disley, 26 yards.
And the Chargers extend their lead yet again. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He has been on his A game. We're in the third quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins,
70 yards.
And the Chargers have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top two options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through three. That was impressive.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
It's been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going. And now the rookie's free. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Baron Browning, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. To the right side, this is Edwards. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And quickly they get to the line. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's fourth. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That one complete to McConkey. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
On the handoff, Edwards.
He's got it to the 43 here.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Off the option, here's Edwards.
The 20. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Gus Edwards.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chargers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. Pushing his way through. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
151 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Sliding out of the pocket. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw is King. Off play action. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. The Chargers getting set to go. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. Now King throwing to start the drive. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Chargers, they are now 2 wins away.
Yo, what's good? I just want to say congratulations, man, on breaking the single-season rushing yard record. Well deserved. Keep getting after it.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Chargers rookie quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Chargers and the Patriots on Sunday Night Primetime.
So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
If there's such thing as perfection in the NFL for a quarterback, well, he pretty much achieved it last week. QB rating through the roof. No mistakes, 6 touchdowns. Just a phenomenal day. Hard to replicate, but the consistency and the confidence that can come out of that should endure.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's a catch for Hayden Hurst. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Chargers will have a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Edwards on the shotgun handoff. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Offside, defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down.
Let's go.
Running it after the penalty. Has a lane inside the 25. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead right away. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
First and 10, they're going to throw. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Running behind center with Edwards. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. 6 yards from there. It's going to be second and goal. They'll throw it. Buying some time right. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers take a 13-0 lead. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
The Chargers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
He'll throw it from his own end zone. Fits it through the middle. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. He goes the distance. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers take a 20-zip lead. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
The Chargers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
They'll go from the gun with Edwards. Hits the sideline to the 20. Up the sideline, past the 40. Works the sideline inside the 35. And they take this in for the score. The Chargers were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
The Chargers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. There has been nothing that can stop them, so we got to assume this drive, Brock, likely going to end in a touchdown as well.
Come on, set!
Back to throw on 1st and 10. He lofts it deep left. He's got it inside the 25. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers making this a laugher before halftime. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
They'll run here on first down. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Edwards hits the end zone for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out, or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And after some momentum was wrestled away by that last touchdown drive, Brock, the pressure is on them to respond here.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Ready?
They go play action on first. He fires one deep down the middle. They connect on the deep shot. To the house, touchdown LA! The Chargers ballooning the first half lead even further. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
They'll try the right side with Edwards. Works it past the 20. And he's finally marked down at the 34. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light, well, on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. Trying again following the sack. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo, and that ball is zipping all over the field.
Flush down out to his left. He's running for it. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They clearly haven't been giving his running ability the respect it deserves, considering what he's been able to do to them on the ground thus far.
If you want to destroy the morale of a defense, have a running quarterback like this. Because you can do so many things right, but this is the X factor you can't contain.
He put some juice on it deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers running away with it in the second quarter. If anyone is still doubting that this guy has an NFL-caliber arm, Brock, add that to the list of highlights he can use in his defense. That was an NFL throw.
And got to be such a confidence builder. Yes, the game is faster. Yes, the windows are smaller. But when you execute with precision, touchdowns can follow.
Let's go now. Ready.
Airing it out to start this drive. Rolling left, buying some time. Now he's throwing deep down that side of the... Brought in inside the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Well, so far, they've got to be pretty happy with how he's been leading their offense. It has been a great start.
And I'd hesitate to say it's only going to get better, especially if they really decide to keep running this offense through that quarterback's arm.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And he nearly broke it for 6. He steps in at the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And he's taken out of bounds behind the line. That's going to be a sack. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Back to throw. Headed out right. Escapes out to the left. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and a defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Forced out to his right. And he's going down. They said no to that shorter field goal, partner. Rolled the dice for more, and they're going to end this first half empty-handed as a result.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll begin up in the Steel City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, where you see the final score there. Patrick Mahomes, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Joe Mixon, a touchdown run in the victory. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
Airing it out to start this drive. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play, and hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down.
Ready.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the... He's got it inside the 10! And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Back-to-back big plays have him all set up. First and goal here.
Here we go, here we go.
Working inside the red zone. Getting out to his left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Everybody rushing back to the line. They send the tight end in motion. After the sack, another pass on second down. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got fourth down. Throwing it to start this drive. Big gain downfield. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 35 out of that one. And the Chargers will have a first.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
First down from the red zone. Buys time, rolling right. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they get this down to the 7-yard line.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns.
And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers piling onto the scoreboard yet again. Lad McConkey with a touchdown. The 5th time he's scored, putting him just one off that single-game record. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverage.
Let's go now.
Here's a give inside to Edwards. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Edwards again. Brushes him off with ease. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
On first down, they'll run. Crosses the 35, still got more room. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers throwing 6 more on the blowout. A game-breaking play there, stunning the defense and giving this offense one for the highlight reel, baby.
Yep, just put another one on there, Kate. He is a threat to score anytime he touches the ball. The defense, well, they had him ready to go. They were ready to body him up in coverage, but receivers today, and we see it all the time, the best of them, they don't just do it through the air. They can use their legs as a weapon. That's a big-time touchdown run.
To throw here on first down. And the deep ball falls incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here's Edwards on the carry. And he pushed deep in enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to the air here. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, oh, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Now Edwards. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Sticking with Edwards here. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Let's go.
A give to Edwards. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. That play good for 17 on a first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Handoff now to the receiver. Duke the defender. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down. All right, we'll take a brief timeout here for an injured player. Never something you want to see this late in the season. They're going to check him out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. It's a handoff here to Edwards. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That one gains 7. And it brings up an LA first down.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice gain by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play, and hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go, shot.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Like so many of the league's quarterbacks know how to do, this guy has really taken over much of this game, and it's been his dual threat ability that served as the catalyst for that.
And let's give him a lot of credit here, Kate, because he's the one who recognized there'd be opportunities aplenty to hit this defense with his legs. He's picked the right moments, picked his spots, and that stat line's benefited.
And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside, defense.
So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Play action on first down. Escapes the pocket. He calls his own number again. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers are running them out of the building. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
The Chargers take this one on the road. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign.
Hey, we eating somewhere tonight? Let's do it. Rook is paying.
It's Week 18 of the NFL, and we've got the Chargers' rookie quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Chargers and the Raiders, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Anytime you cross the 500-yard threshold in a single game, Mike, you're clearly doing something right. They did not have an answer for him or this offense at all last week, and now it's up to this defense to see if they can cool off this hot arm. The good news, they've had all week to watch and come up with a game plan to take away some of the areas that he had success in last week. And to accomplish something like that against this guy, it's going to be a lot easier said than done.
So, a big one there to start the drive. 31 yards.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space. Because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Back to throw. He runs with, and he's in! Touchdown Chargers. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
The Chargers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They're led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
Now, Mike, at this level here in the NFL, you just rarely see the type of performance where one player on the field just stands out that much against his peers. But that's exactly what we saw out of this quarterback a week ago. I mean, throwing for all those touchdowns, that's one thing. But the fact that he was able to protect the ball in the process is what really was impressive to me. I mean, it's not like he was just out there in the backyard chucking the ball all over the place. I mean, he was methodical, cerebral, lethal with his approach. Truthfully, I have no idea how you follow up with a
big opening up the middle. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 91 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Lad McConkey, the one he was looking for. Now it's going to be third down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down. On the handoff, Edwards. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Now, faking the give. And he's got Palmer. It's complete. And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, L.A. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now they'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his...
Into space. And he's going to take this one all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The Chargers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. They've raced out to a big lead as they look for a potential early knockout. They'll run to begin this drive. It's Edwards. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. He'll try and run for the first down with Edwards. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
This defense is going to have to come up with some answers at halftime because they cannot allow this quarterback to just continue to have his way with them on the ground using his legs. And that's exactly what's happened so far here in the first half, and they're going to have to get that fixed and fixed quickly.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll take off and he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
The Chargers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he takes off. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He'll run again. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
The key coming into the game, anytime you're about to defend a quarterback like this, is it's not so much about rushing the quarterback for a sack as much as it is about rushing a quarterback to keep him in the pocket. He is more dangerous when he's able to escape. Keep the integrity of your rush lanes. Rush as a unit.
And he'll take it on in. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, L.A. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Going up top. That is brought in. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Let's add that to the list of great throws we've seen out of this quarterback here in the first half. We thought he might be in line to have a good game, especially against this style of defense. But let's be honest, Mike, he's been more than just good. He's been sensational.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. That is brought in at the 10. And he'll be taken down. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have 1st and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. Now he'll run, and he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Chargers. So with that touchdown, his 3rd on the ground in this half, he's well on his way to potentially tying the mark for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in one game. The current record is 4. He has 3. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Off he goes. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
More of the same right here, and you can see the numbers. They're really starting to pile up for the quarterback, especially on the ground here in the first half, Mike. And when he takes off running, you can feel everyone kind of hold their breath, both in terms of him being electrifying, but also the fact that they want to make sure he's not taking any unnecessary shots.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Throwing now on first and 10. He's going to run it. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. There he goes again, and he's got another one. Touchdown, Los Angeles. So they have leaned on him in the running game, and he has responded. 4 rushing touchdowns in this one. That ties the record set by Billy Kilmer back in 1961, equaled 12 years later by Bobby Douglas. Out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. He comes into this final weekend as the NFL's leader in passing yards as he looks to finish the season strong.
Here we go. Go.
He'll look to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He'll try again here, second and 10. They'll look to throw. Going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down. Tight end on the move left. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to look downfield for Chark. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. Touchdown, L.A. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and...
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's going to take this all the way home. Gus Edwards. Touchdown, L.A. And he continues to add on to his amazing total on the ground this year. That was number 25, closing in on the all-time record. the air now on 1st and 10. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
He'll try to run for it.
I can tell you from firsthand, Mike, seeing it unfold, runs like this demoralize any defense. I mean, he's been doing it pretty much since the beginning of the game, and they have yet to find an answer for keeping him under wraps. He has run wild from that quarterback position. He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
He's going to keep it himself. That's going to wind up incomplete, but a penalty flag is down on the play. Let's see what that's all about. So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. They'll throw out of the gun. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is caught. And he will score. Matt McConkey. Touchdown Chargers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top.
He'll air one out for Palmer. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now he'll run it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
He keeps it himself. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Touchdown, Los Angeles. So that nose for the end zone is going to land him in the NFL record books. That last touchdown, he has now just set the modern record for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a single game. He's going to look for the home run ball. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Even with the lead, they're trying to press the tempo. Taking off, he'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. This offense moving quickly, and they'll try to get set. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. Taking, and they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, L.A. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been effective with the ball in his hands all season long, the NFL's leader among quarterbacks in touchdown score. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Again, working deep downfield. That's hard. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
Now he'll air one out. That one complete to McConkey. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, L.A. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Back to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
Think back to the spring, Mike. We all watched the highlights of this guy's pro day, and you always question, why do they make these quarterbacks just rear back and throw it as far as they can? How often are they really going to do that? Well, when they do, like we saw here, it is a thing of beauty. He put that big arm on display with that last pass, and it winds up going for 6.
So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. They finished the season on a high note, so now they'll have the week off as the #1 seed. Get back to it in 2 weeks for the divisional round of the playoffs.
Somebody's about to grab a pencil and write this guy's name in the record book. We don't know for sure if he's going to get it, but he is inching closer and closer every game, and I'm tuned in to see if he finally accomplishes it.
You got to finish strong, and it's big for this player right now. He could be in those record books, but you got to continue to play at the level he's been playing all season.
Yeah, Chan, he has to finish strong, but what was most impressive is the way he started the season, to put him in position to threaten this record, and I believe if he keeps going hard, he'll get it.
Somebody's about to grab a pencil and write this guy's name in the record book. We don't know for sure if he's going to get it, but he is inching closer and closer every game, and I'm tuned in to see if he finally accomplishes it.
You got to finish strong, and it's big for this player right now. He could be